a little dog. I'm glad she picked up the dog and got out of there. And I'm watching, as you are, as one suspect is being taken out of the front seat and a second suspect is being taken out of the back seat. Deputies are, this is a lot of pressure on these deputies because you've also got hundreds of people surrounding them. That's a lot to be distracted by as you're trying to do your job.
Absolutely, because you not only have the immediate concern of what's happening there with the suspects, you have a perimeter that is moving in on the sheriff's deputies who are trying their best to both make the arrest and protect the public, a public that is surging forward. If you can see our picture, Captain, you see this public surrounding these sheriff's deputies.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the things we deal with in crowd management is that, you know, is this crowd going to be cooperative? Is this crowd going to try to get more of that cash? We don't know. So this is another reason why you saw so many patrol cars involved in the pursuit, is that we had multiple suspects bail out. We had suspects throwing cash out the window at least 10 different locations. So all this, you see deputy sheriffs and police officers trying to get the crowd to move back. Unfortunately, what happens in a lot of these situations, it kind of takes on a circus-like atmosphere, and people come out and look at it as a big show. But it's not a show to us because you have innocent people's lives in danger, sheriff's deputies' lives in danger, and then you have these suspects who apparently thought nothing of endanger people. I see a cameraman down there getting rushed by a large number of people, so the deputies are going to pull that guy out of there if he needs help.
Yeah, it appears as if he's been pulled out of the, as you mentioned, there's a slight lag in what you're seeing and what we're showing. I've seen that news photographer pulled away from the crowd, and you have to wonder if as you said, Captain, folks are thinking straight, because these are armed bank robbers. These are folks who stole money at gunpoint, according to witnesses there and the law enforcement who were on the scene immediately after. And to participate in some sort of a festive atmosphere upon their arrest, it makes you wonder. But the good news here, if we can report it in that way, is that this pursuit has ended here. And I want, Captain, if you could just hold on for 1 second. Mark Kono's in Sky 5 HD. He's been tracking it for us from the beginning. Mark, where precisely did this pursuit end? And help us in describing the scene that we're looking at.
Frank, this is nothing short of what looks like a mob scene here. What we're looking at here is South LA. This is the intersection of Kansas and Vernon. Now, the major street that you're seeing there, all the vehicles are lined up on Vernon. Right on Kansas, it's 1 block to the west of Vermont. Now, we were talking just a few minutes ago about how this guy was making circles in a fairly tight area here, an area that it looked like he might have been familiar with. I still believe that to be the case here. He was just kind of circling the area here, and as he kept circling these few square blocks here, more and more people started to come out, and that's why you see so many people here. I mean, this is literally a mob scene here where Vernon, just east-west, going top to bottom on your screen there, is literally jammed in both directions. Kansas also jammed right at the intersection there. We're talking about a crowd of at least 100, possibly more people who have come out onto the streets, who have likely been watching this pass in front of their homes for the better part of, well, about half an hour at this point. So this particular neighborhood in South LA, it appears that this guy was making circles, say northbound on Kansas, over to Vernon, down Vermont, and maybe for a couple of blocks down to the south. But this particular stretch of block here in South LA seems to be where the concentrated efforts were, where these guys were kind of driving around. Now, again, this is a major intersection here, Vernon and Kansas, just 1 block west of Vermont. Vermont, by the way, is also blocked. It's completely shut down at this point. If we move if we tilt down, Chris has our photographer there is going to show us Vermont and Vernon there, and again, this whole stretch is going to be just literally log jammed for the next several minutes until they can get some officers here to conduct some traffic enforcement.
And Captain Parker, as we look at this scene, it's described as Kansas and Vernon Avenue. Is is this, if I'm not mistaken, this is part of is it Southwest Division of LAPD, or is this part of the Sheriff's Department?
Can you guys get 11 up?
Captain Parker? Captain Parker.
Yeah.
All right, Captain Parker working more than one phone there, but this is an area that is, Captain Parker, are you with us?
I am.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, this area being described by Mark Kono, he says this is right at Vernon and Kansas Avenue, just west of the 110 freeway, south of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Is this the Southwest Division LAPD, and is this the kind of situation in which you will call in LAPD to assist, despite the fact this is your pursuit?
Right. Los Angeles Police Department's been working on this with us the whole time. They're well aware of it, and Sheriff and LAPD are working together. It is City of Los Angeles LAPD policing area where the suspects are taken into custody. But police officers and sheriff's deputies and highway patrol officers have law enforcement authority everywhere in the state of California. It's just a matter of who's primary and who's secondary on any given situation. So we're all working together now to restore order in the area. The two suspects that were taken into custody will be driven away from the scene. They're obviously facing bank robbery as well as many other charges. But now sheriff's deputies and police officers are working together. If you notice, they're working together to establish what some would call a skirmish line. The goal is just get the community back to normal. The suspect vehicle is of itself a crime scene, so we need to get that vehicle towed away because we're going to want to fingerprint it and get all kinds of evidence out of it. But I do want to mention something in particular that's very important, is that we do still have 2 active containments for suspects that bailed out of this car early in the pursuit. That's on Yarnell, where 2